welcome back to the Mind and Money podcast. I'm Val, a financial planner.
And I'm Sherry, a financial coach. And today we're talking about ADHD, perfectionism, the all or nothing mentality that can sometimes really hold us back and get in the fucking way of us doing things because we know that we're not going to be able to do them perfect.
Can also add a lot of like shame or guilt. I know that I've experienced that when seeing different trendy things, such as 75 Hard. What was the one that
Fucking
I just said?
75 Hard. I don't know.
It must have been really good. Must have been really a really good one. But when we're seeing things,
Oh, 5 a.m. The 5 a.m.
the 5 a.m. club, things such as like cheat days as well.
Yeah.
So personally, I have always loved the idea of these, and I read about them and everyone's like, oh my God, they're amazing.
It changed my life.
It changed my life. And then I attempt it and I'm like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? But the circle peg does not fit in the square hole, no matter how hard you try. So I think with these all or nothing pieces, when we fail, I personally will sometimes also just be like, well then, F it. I'm not going to do any of it then. I actually did this. So yesterday was September 1st and I was like, okay, fresh month, new start. What am I gonna, like, what's my intentions? And I was like, pick two things. Pick two really small things. So the one is starting every day with a song and dancing.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? And the other one was running 3 times a week because we have 6 weeks and 5 days from date of recording until our half marathon. So,
let's go, bitch.
And I literally wrote on there, I was like, you have to get serious. So one is like easy.
It's like you're channeling me on the run. You're like, fucking Sherry's going to ask me about the running.
So I better run. So with our ADHD brains, giving them smaller, more attainable things, not smaller, but
more manageable.
More manageable. So then it's something that we can achieve. And or if we step out of line slightly, it's not like the whole thing's ruined and the house of cards collapses. We don't want that.
Well, and it's okay. First, let me just preface and say my dislike for 75 Hard isn't that it can, like, I know it can be impactful, but for me, it feels so rigid to the point that it feels toxic to me. If it's something you're doing and you love it and it's working for you, that is great. But if you're sharing it on social media, know that I have muted you. Because it just feels toxic to me in the fact that you, like, so the rules of 75 Hard, and I'm probably going to miss ones, but correct me if I'm wrong, is 2 workouts a day for 45 minutes. One of them is outside, which great. Well, it's nice out, not so great while it's shitty out. And then no cheat meals. And I just have a problem with the cheat meals because it's very black or white. And I'm more of an everything in moderation. I'm like this with food and I'm like this with money. And
so we talked about this with just the example of a chocolate bar, like good and bad, but having more gray because everything is gray.
Yeah.
So if I want to eat a chocolate bar and I'm associating that with, oh, this is bad, this is breaking some sort of rule. A, I'm not enjoying the experience. B, the energy going into that, like digestion is negative. And it's not bad to have a chocolate bar.
Yeah, everything in moderation when it comes to spending, when it comes to your food, your exercise. And we all have things that are going to help us set ourselves up for success the most. And for me, it is not fucking getting up at 5 a.m. If I'm up at 5 a.m., stay out of my way.
It's an accident. It didn't mean to be.
Or I'm going to the airport and I'm going to be anxious about that shit. So also stay out of my way.
So I am with you on the moderation aspect. And I actively have to coach myself through. If I'm having a late night snack, I'm like, it's okay. Because I'll be like, oh, you're not supposed to eat after a certain time. But I'm like, it's okay. You're not going to be on your deathbed and be like, oh, that one time I had chips at 11 p.m. Oh, talking kindly to yourself. I think reparenting our brains a little bit.
Oh, I like that term. And I think I've reparented the shit out of my brain when I read a book called The Fuck It Diet.
Yeah.
And there's science behind it, but I'm going to give zero scientific evidence here. But it's basically around giving yourself that permission to eat the things that you want to eat when you want to eat them. And then you don't feel like I've planned to have a chocolate bar today. This is my one chocolate bar this week. And it's going to be such a big treat. And then, and again, it's getting rid of the black and white and looking at it as more of a gray area. And this is why I also have a problem with no spend years, no spend months. When you decide I am not going to spend money on anything that isn't 100% essential for a long period of time, the longer you get into that, the more challenging it becomes. And then you're just going to eventually be like, fuck it. I am going to do what I want to do and probably cause more impact to the goal that I'm working towards by resisting the thing that I said I wasn't going to do for such a long period of time.
Right. It's kind of like pulling back the slingshot the longer it is. And then when you do reach that wall, you're like, screw it.
Yeah.
It flings forward. Do you think, and this is interesting because you're like, I'm a moderation person, spending, eating those things. Do you think that our drinking, and this is a maybe thing. So I would also like to think I'm moderation, but when it came to drinking, I was not in moderation. We were in control of it, but when we drank.
Yeah, I either didn't drink or I drank.
Right. But now you and I both don't drink. I wonder if that is a piece of ADHD.
Well, and ADHD can put us at more prone to addiction, whether that's shopping, food,
Right.
drugs, and alcohol. And I think for me, it was more, I didn't like the way that I felt the next day. And then thinking about it more, I didn't really like the way I felt at time of either, especially sometimes be like, yeah, you did this or you said this. I'd be like, I did what now?
Yes.
And it's not good for your body. Like I know there's older studies are like, yeah, a glass of red wine a day. And I didn't really like alcohol. I definitely didn't like red wine.
No, and I wasn't just going to drink a glass.
Yeah. For me, it's like, I'm not a casual drinker. I don't drink because I'm like, oh yeah, I can taste the oak notes in it. No, I'm like, this booze tastes gross. I'm going to drink it with a purpose.
Yes. But just, I guess, just a piece that I'm highlighting with both of us. I'm like, that's interesting that we both had similar pieces, but in the reparenting aspect of the all or nothing, we don't do well because with the all or nothing, if it was nothing, then I would, beat myself up.
Yep. And really figuring out where does something need to be before you say it's done enough. So this can really come out for my entrepreneur clients who are, I can't do this until. I can't start sharing videos on social media until I have a ring light and I have a microphone and I have the best camera or the updated phone with the camera, or we think that we need to be somewhere before we do something, but very often that somewhere we need to be, we can't get to unless we do the things where we are right now. And if you are hearing this and you feel attacked because you want to launch a business, but you don't have the website all set up and you don't have your social media accounts and you don't have brand colors or a brand font or a business name. Anyways, you don't need a website before you start a business. You don't need to have a specific business name. Okay, if you're going to incorporate and all of that stuff, but if you know in 6 months you want to start a business doing ABC, you could start a social media account sharing about that journey, about that topic. And then when you're ready, you can change it to whatever name you decide. Like you can just start. How can you dip your toe in the water to get you to where you want to be? If you're not ready to look at your money and do a deep dive and understand all of your debts and all of your credit card balances and where every expense is and how much you're spending on groceries, what's one thing you can do today?
And this comes into play too with clients that I see with investing, right? Oh, I don't have enough. It's starting small, biweekly, monthly. What can you put away? It's those small drops in the bucket that are going to fill it. They expect that they have this notion that they need to have all of their money, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars before they start to invest. Like, no, start small.
Well, the truth is though, is that if somebody wants to work with a financial advisor, some financial advisors will tell you to pound salt if you don't have and 50,000, 100,000,
250,000
to invest. There are advisors out there who will only take you on as a client if you're managing X amount.
That is true. And then that creates a lot of shame for that person who just got rejected for not having enough to make it into their club.
Yep.
But what should have happened is they should have been given direction on how to start on their own or to anyways.
And yeah, if you're in that situation where you reached out to somebody who wanted to start investing and they slapped your hand and be like, no, don't come to me until you have this.
You don't have enough money.
Here's your motivation to try again. And even thinking about investing on your own, we think that it is so fucking complicated to invest on our own, especially if you have a long time horizon. Like if you are
Yes.
25, 30, 45 and you're investing for retirement, you've got some time.
Yep.
And that makes it less critical what you're doing right now. And there's ways that you can do it pretty easily on your own.
Less critical in the sense that like it can be smaller drops, and how you're investing has more flexibility. Yes. I read
Disclaimer, this is not financial advice.
So with us, the all or nothing does not work for us. Do not put yourself into that.
Well, and know that if you decide to do something, having it in the back of your mind that this is going to work for me for now.
Yes.
Then we get excited about something and then it starts to lose its dopamine, and then we have to pivot to adjust and do something else. Like, I can't remember if I've talked about it before, but there's a book called The 12-Week Year.
Yes.
And the premise of the book is that with focus and tracking your actions and having a goal to complete 85%, I think it's 85% of the tasks that you want to do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, it will help you accomplish in 12 weeks what most people accomplish in a year. And I love this premise, but I can't make it the 12 weeks. I get excited about it. I create a new spreadsheet. It's got the check marks. It tracks the percentages. About 6-8 weeks. And then I'm just like, meh, I'm over this.
But you still probably got a lot done in those 6 weeks.
And it's knowing that there are those timelines that are going to be different for you than for other people. Mm-hmm. Just cycling through the things that work for you and figuring every once in a while I come back to, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready for this spreadsheet that I've created that gives me the dopamine. And then the next month it's a physical checklist with the things that I want to do in a week.
Yeah. And not beating yourself up that those same thing doesn't work for you. Because you'll see some people that are like, I've been doing this for this many years. And you're like, wow, that's amazing for you. It's not for me.
Never gonna happen
it's
for me.
It's not for me. And doing your best to remove that shame that it's not for you.
Yeah. And figuring out how can you add some accountability into the things. I think the longest I ever went with the 12-week year thing was when I was doing it with somebody else and we were meeting. I can't remember if we were meeting weekly or every other week to just go over things and talk about our goals. And it was a peer financial coach. So we had a lot of similar things that we were working on. So it's figuring out what works. And sometimes it's even, I've talked about this before too, fake accountability. I will put out there on social media what I'm going to do today.
Yes.
And then
to-do list.
Yeah. And then I think, well, I told the people I was going to do it. I better do it.
Right.
And, or maybe it's actual accountability where you're meeting with somebody who is working towards similar goals with their money or with a business than you are. You're telling them, yes, I did this. No, I didn't do this. And talking through, okay, what happened? Why didn't you do that thing? And is it something that you want to have on your list for this week, or is it something that's not practical and you figure out it doesn't actually align with what you want to do? But accountability is huge for ADHD brains. We think about something we want to do for ourselves and we're like, meh, I can completely disappoint myself. But if we tell somebody else that we're going to do something, we're like, shit, I committed to this and I told somebody else and they're going to be so disappointed in me if I don't do it. That's why accountability works so freaking well for ADHD brains.
We love it.
And yeah, there's so many different systems and there's so many different things, and what works for somebody else isn't going to work for you. And what works for you today is not going to work for you tomorrow. Whatever that thing is that you're like, this is almost ready. I'm almost ready to do this. I just have to polish it a little more before I put it out into the world. It's ready. Share it. This is your sign.
You get that client. They're like, oh, I don't want to post a video until I get a new camera or I get a brighter light. What do you wish you could put into their brain to reparent them?
Just do it. It's the more you do it, the easier it gets.
The more you do it,
I know
the easier it gets.
It's easier said than done.
But honestly, that's why I scoop my cat's litter box every day. I'm serious.
You're not gonna just suddenly feel like, oh,
today's the day.
I have an epiphany. My new phone arrived in the mail yesterday. I have my ring light. I have this microphone. I'm all ready to do my videos. I'm so excited to do my videos, even when all of those things are in place, that are the things that you said you needed before you did the thing. you're still not going to feel ready.
That shine will dull.
You're going to come up with some other reasons why you can't do it.
Yes.
Well, like I'm washing my hair tomorrow. I don't have my full face of makeup on.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are the lowest items that you need? Maybe you go and throw your hair up on a ponytail. Maybe you go and put a little bit of makeup on, and then just do it. And especially when if you have a new social media account, not very many people are going to see it.
No, they look at the first 12 to maybe 18 squares. And then unless you're really, there's times that I'm going to go back to square one, but that's in a different circumstance.
Oh, I'm never going to go back to square one.
You've never gone back to someone's square one?
No, never. I went back to my square one a couple times, and just, if you want some reassurance, just go back to my square one. Those videos were, oh my God, I was so nervous. But you get less nervous, more relaxed, the more videos that you do. And
so what you're saying is the more you do it, the easier it gets.
It's like everything in life. Every fucking thing in life this applies to.
From social media to scooping the cat's litter.
To managing your money. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And if you are starting a business, and if you are a service-based business, you're starting this business because there's something about it that you enjoy. Yes. And you know that people need it. And think about the person out there who needs you. You're the person they need. It's you. It's whatever service you're providing. And by you delaying putting yourself out there, you're delaying them getting the help they need. Stop doing that. It's rude. They need you. Put yourself out there.
Be the lighthouse. Bring the ships home.
And nothing's ever going to be perfect. There are always going to be tweaks. I am constantly tweaking my website. So if you find spelling errors on it, it's me, because sometimes I just feel like it. And it's okay. If somebody out there is expecting perfection, they're not going to be your ideal client. No. Go let them find some type A person who's going to...
We're not type A. We're type ADHD.
We're type C. We're not all anal, and we're not all just go with the flow.
I would like to think we're type ABBA. A little A, a little B.
Depends on the day, and it depends on the task.
Yes, largely.
There's no way around it. You got to go through it. Practice makes things easier.
Go over it. You can't
put yourself out there. And if you need some accountability to do something, put a comment in. I'm probably going to make this a short on social media. Put a comment either in, like if you're watching this on YouTube, wherever you're watching this or listening to this, put a comment and you let us know, and I will circle back and I will follow up, because we're here for the accountability portion. So we are glad you've been here. We've hoped this has inspired you to push through that perfectionism and just do the thing.
Yes.
With a time, like with the expectation that the thing is going to get easier, or if it's a new tool that's going to help you, knowing that that's going to wear off and you're going to have to find something new. It's a constant circle of finding what works for us. So we are glad you've been here, and we can't wait to see you next time on the Mind and Money Podcast.